Three Johnstown customers. Customers who buy bars, axles, and wire. Customers who need quality steel to make quality products. This is LaSalle Steel in Hammond, Indiana. LaSalle cold draws bars to specific tolerances for some very demanding customers. They start with bar stock from Johnstown and other steel suppliers.
A material received from the hot mills is not truly round, and it has a very rough surface scale on it, and there's depressions in the bar itself. Therefore, we have to shoot this to remove the scale, and then we put it through a die. Now, what we're doing on a die, we're not really removing anything. All we're doing is elongating that bar. So when we draw that bar through there, all we're doing is rounding it out perfectly within 2-3 thousandths out of round. That's about all. And therefore, the customer won't have any problem machining it or anything else.
The main reason for a cold drawn industry is so the customer can machine the product that he wants without having too much difficulty. Here at LaSalle, our main purpose is to satisfy customers that require a special tolerance.
A lot of our customers require very strict tolerances. It goes in the shafts for tooling, the auto industry, farm equipment. Particularly in our department, we're related very heavily to auto, the heavy construction, and they require tight tolerances.
A hot mill cannot get the size tolerance as close as a customer requires due to the fact that they're rolling the bar hot. And as the bar cools, the bar will shrink. And in that shrinkage, you cannot get the proper tolerance anywhere from 2 to 5 thousandths or 6 thousandths tolerance. Your tolerance will vary too much. The majority of the men really look for a good product. If they do find a defect, they know that what they're producing is not going to be able to be shipped to the customer. It's just money that is being spent in processing, and there's no profit going to be realized from it. Consequently, they get a little perturbed when they see defective steel because they know it's costing us money to reproduce it the second time to get the product that we really want to ship to the customer. It's something that is a problem all the way down the line when you do find defective steel. The worst part of it is if the defect is really noticed in the last process. That means that everything else prior to that, the time and money was wasted because it has to be done over again.
Sometimes you get fairly large scabs. You wonder how anybody can miss them. As you're drawing that through there, if there's a scab sticking up and it gets caught in that die, you'll tear the whole die apart, and sometimes you'll break the die. And there's quite a bit of money involved in a die. They run anywhere from $500 to $1,000, $1,500. It all depends what die you have. So there's quite a bit of expense in there.
Seams and slivers are one of the major defects that we find. Because when you machine a part and you've got a crack or a seam in that bar, it's a defective piece of steel. It cannot be used. Slivers on the outside of a bar, when they're machining that, when a tool hits that particular sliver, it will have a tendency to either break that tool or dull it. And when they do that, then the tolerances are gone and the machine part that they were trying to machine to a specific tolerance. It costs everybody money all the way down the line. Anytime that you make something and have to reject it, it's a cost item. It's not a profit item. The more defects that can be eliminated early, the more chances you have of getting a finished product that not only we will accept, but our customers will accept.
In these times right now, the customer service is probably the biggest concern of anybody. I haven't been here that long, but I hear a lot of stories when you couldn't produce enough steel. 3 shifts and 6 and 7 days a week. We just put it through the hole, we just drew the steel. But now we're more concerned with quality, but even probably the biggest selling point is the customer service. Oftentimes, the difference between getting an order and not getting an order is who can get it to the customer first.
Customer reacts just about like you would if you went to a store and bought a appliance or something like that you were counting on working very well and going by what they advertised, and then paying a lot of money for, and all of a sudden it just didn't do what they wanted, or you couldn't make it work the way it was supposed to. So they lost money and downtime, and they'll naturally call you back and let you know about it. The reason we want to produce a good quality product is so we can satisfy our customers, so we're able to get return business from them in the future. Also to more or less ensure our jobs.
A defect in steel is a problem no matter where you look at it, from the beginning or at the end product. It's still a problem somewhere along the line. If it's caught, say when we're descaling the bars, yes, we can reject it right there in the hot roll form. But at the same time, if that bar is rejected at the hot mill, the freight cost and other handling costs are not involved, and everybody would save money in the long run. If each person on down the line stops a defect before it gets too far, everybody can earn more money in the long run. It saves our jobs, keeps us going.